It's a blueprint, a rubric, a guiding light to meet deadlines. It's formulaic to these chords, so give us more of the norm. Come along, it's formulaic.
Hello and welcome back to Formulaic. I am saying this like a robot. Beep boop pop up. Hi, I'm Shelby.
Boom.
You could have told me that you had something planned.
No, that was what I had planned, was you say what you are going to say, like, hey, I'm Shelby, and then I say, and my name is James, but as Blue of the Clue.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, James. I'm glad you did it.
I'm hijacking this. We are actually doing Blue's Room, not Blue's Clue.
What is Blue's Room?
It was puppets, like a Bear in the Big Blue House.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're doing, guys. I'm kidding.
Wait, but I didn't watch that. Oh, okay. You're just... James, I'm too gullible for this. I'm just too gullible.
I'm too lullable. I do it for the lulls.
I'm glad you explained.
Yeah, lullables.
Because I didn't know what that means. But you are right. We are talking about Blue's Clues for this today's episode of Formulaic, a podcast starring Shelby and James.
We may be in AD Annodomini after death of Christ, but we are post BC as well, aka Blue's Clues.
The way your mind works, James.
It's a wacky doodle of a noodle.
The best thing is when we record this, you're wearing your orange blue light blocker glasses.
Yeah.
So you just look like you're this cool, laid back, like 70s guy.
But I'm not. I'm constantly in anguish.
Exactly. Just like Steve of Blue's Clues, who is constantly running into things he just can't figure out without the help of small children and his dog.
Screamable children. They love shouting at this nerd.
They really do. They love shouting things like, over there.
Yes, shouting in stereo even, because one will be a little to the right, one will be a little to the left.
It's amazing. So, did you watch Blue's Clues when you were a kid?
Shelby, you better believe it. So much so that I wanted to get my mom on this episode as the expert guest because I had afternoon kindergarten and preschool. So I was able to watch Nick Jr. in the morning, so it was awesome. And my mom and I would watch every single day. And I did research for this because I remember that every single Monday through Friday would be the same exact episode of Blue's Clues. And that's because the PhD researchers who actually worked on this show realized children learn through repetition and children love watching the same thing over and over again. So let's just do it throughout the entire week, put it on the same episode, same time. I always thought, oh, that's because some kids might not be able to catch it. But no, it was for repetition.
Yeah, they want you to watch it more than once.
Yeah.
That makes sense because every episode of Blue's Clues, they do little learning activities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're solving little puzzles and they're modeling certain behaviors and teaching you about whatever the episode is about. It's very cute. I loved it too. I think I didn't watch it when I was really little, but my little brother did. Mm-hmm. So this show started in 96?
Something like that.
Yeah. So I was 6. I was in school and stuff probably before it was after the time when I would be watching a show like this. So my little brother watched it, but I still watched it. Oh. And I remember being a teenager and my little brother, who's 5 years younger than me, came out into the living room and saw me watching Blue's Clues. And he's like, why are you watching Blue's Clues? Haha, you're watching Blue's Clues. And I'm like, I like it. And when I watched it again for this show, I still liked it, baby. What a comforting thing to watch.
Yeah, it's so good. Get a little high, zone out, watch Blue's Clues. Before Paramount Plus came around, Pluto TV is owned by Viacom. And I always thought there needs to be a Blue's Clues channel. It's insane why they don't. I now have realized why they don't. You can't get a lot of ads in there because of laws against marketing towards children during educational programming. So that's why on Paramount Plus, if you have ads, it's only one ad at the end and that's it. But I always thought this is the perfect show to fall asleep to, and it is.
It really is. It's like comforting. It's sweet. There's nothing like off-putting about it. It's just nice to watch.
All the music is Animal Crossing-esque.
Yeah, that's true.
It's cozy, relaxing.
Even Blue's voice is like Animal Crossing-esque.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. It's the same as a...
Man, someone needs to mod Blue into Blue's Clues.
You mean into Animal Crossing?
Yes,
I think she's already in Blue's Clues. Yeah, they should mod her in there. Hey, modders, are you listening?
Yeah.
Put Blue in Animal Crossing, please.
Animal Forest, even. I don't care.
That's a different thing.
No, it's the same. It's just what they call it in Japan.
Oh. All right.
But I'm talking specifically Animal Forest for the N64. Throw her in there.
Yeah, put in Blue. So this has a very formulaic formula.
It is what we call the stickiness of this show, R2.
Why do you call it that?
I don't call it that. Blue's Clues calls it that. There is an article about just the formula of this show. So I'll read the excerpt that is on Wikipedia real quick, and then we'll break it down even more. But
got it.
This was the Tipping Point author Malcolm Gladwell. Oh, wait, what? Malcolm Gladwell's talking about...
Did Malcolm Gladwell write an article about Blue's Clues?
Yeah, who called Blue's Clues the stickiest television show ever, meaning the most irresistible and involving, who described its format as Steve, the host, presents the audience with a puzzle involving Blue, the animated dog. To help the audience unlock the puzzle, Blue leaves behind a series of clues, which are objects marked with one of her paw prints. In between the discovery of the clues, Steve plays a series of games, mini puzzles, with the audience that are thematically related to the overall puzzle. As the show unfolds, Steve and Blue move from one animated set to another, jumping through magical doorways, leading viewers on a journey of discovery until, at the end of the story, Steve returns to the living room. There, at the climax of the show, he sits down in a comfortable chair to think, a chair known, of course, in the literal world of Blue's Clues as the thinking chair. He puzzles over Blue's 3 clues and attempts to come up with the answer.
Yeah, that's how it goes. There's even more. Yeah, there's definitely even more you could put on there because when you get, it's funny because this show is very involving. Like you approach the house, we the audience approach the house, and Steve opens the door and he says, "Oh, we're doing this whatever thing. Will you help us?" You will? And then he takes you to whatever they're doing, whether it's like they're getting ready for bed or they're making a snack or they're planning a party or they're going to the beach or whatever they're doing. And then he goes up to Blue. Blue is there and he starts like talking about what they're doing and listing things. But then Blue, hearing him, goes, like, no. And it turns out he's missing something or he can't figure out what Blue's thinking. And so Blue puts her paw print on the screen. And this is all very exact. This is all that happens in every episode. Yep. She puts her paw print on the screen. And then Steve asks if you want to play Blue's Clues. And we say yes. I mean, the kids are like, yeah, let's do it. Because, of course, you've got little children shouting from behind the screen.
But we are the audience, so you can say we do say yes.
We do. We do say yes.
Were you not saying yes?
Of course I say yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I say everything out loud. When he's like, where is it? I go, behind you. Like, I do. I mean, what are we doing here, James? Are we playing around? You think we're amateurs here? No. So after we agree to play Blue's Clues, Steve wipes the paw print off of the screen.
In a thematic way to whatever is going to be learned throughout this episode.
He goes over to the side table to get the handy dandy
notebook.
And then he talks to side table for a sec. Then we go to another room to look for Blue, and we see a clue. And we say, a clue, a clue. And he finds the clue. We draw the clue. We
did forget that after side table, he sings one step at a time we can do. Or wait, whatever
Yes.
We sing a song. I forget which one.
Wait, we gotta find the first property.
There we go.
That's the first clue. Put it in our notebook as Blue's Clues. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Clues.
Oh, and we'll put the songs in there, of course, in our episode. Of course. So, what next?
He says, where did Blue go? And then on the way, we find a clue.
We find the clue, we draw it, and then we are called into a different room. So sometimes he gets like a call, or sometimes he hears something, whatever. We go to a different room, and there is a puzzle set up for us.
Yes.
So we have to match things or complete patterns or do something thematically and something that relates to the episode theme. So if it's a numbers episode, we're going to be doing some addition or something, or we're going to be pointing out numbers, whatever.
And it's always in the rules of three. There's three puzzles we have to solve within this puzzle.
Yes, very satisfying. We solve the puzzle, and then when we move on from the puzzle, we find another clue.
Yes.
Yes. And then we draw that clue. At that point, I believe it's mail time.
No, it will be one more segment, and then it's mail time, because we need to meet three groups or three individuals, because that will be like we have a party with them at the end.
Well, I was thinking that would be the third clue. So after mail time, Blue skidoos into something, and we get the third clue in the one Blue skidoos.
Yes. It goes... The second clue, then another commotion. We hear a friend doing an activity, then the mail is there.
Okay, you're right. And then the mail is there. So we do another activity after finding the second clue.
Mm-hmm.
Then the mail is there.
Yes.
And it's a video from a kid or a group
letter
of kids.
From our friends.
Yeah, sorry. It's a letter from a friend. It's a video from a fucking kid, James. I'm explaining the formula to people. We're not watching the show right now.
But we're writing the show.
No, we're explaining the formula.
He says, oh, hey, it's a letter from our friends.
Right, and what that is, I'm telling people who are not familiar with the show.
Who's not
He
familiar?
opens it up, it's a video of some kids doing something on theme.
Who are our friends?
There's some fucking kids, James. Stop. Don't push me on this. I've had a long day.
You grew up in Florida. You didn't know anyone who was like, yeah, I filmed some stuff for Blue's Clues.
No, I didn't.
Nick Studios.
Also, at that time, I didn't move to Florida until the show had been on for a few years.
When you were 14 years old.
No, I was 9 when I moved to Florida.
Oh, okay. So you were still watching?
No, James. No, this is a show for babies.
But you said you were still watching and your brother made fun of you.
Yeah, I came back to it as a teen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. After the mail, a video from a kid, then Blue skidoos into something, usually a picture.
Yeah.
Sometimes a board game. And what that is Blue jumps into a painting or whatever. Yeah. She just jumps in there. And Steve's like, well, Blue's skidoo, we can too. And bloop, follows her in there. And then we meet another character, solve another puzzle, and find another clue, usually in that place.
And that's our third paw print. That's our third clue.
Yes. So at that point, once we leave the painting or board game or puzzle or whatever, we sit down in the thinking chair and think.
And we get a misfire. Generally, he's like, well, what do these three clues have in common? Oh, maybe he does, Blue, she does this with that, and it's totally wrong. Like, dude, come on.
Yeah, he gets it totally wrong. But we help him. And finally, he gets it right. We have finally figured out what Blue wants. We go and do the thing that Blue wanted to do or that they were planning to do anyway. And we needed to solve Blue's Clues first. And everyone we've met throughout the episode comes and takes part.
Yep.
And that's it. That's the show.
There's one more. And now it's time for So Long.
And then there's another song. Yeah, I wasn't doing this.
But that's a formula.
I know. And then there's the song. They are the same songs in every episode. It's extremely formulaic.
There is one thing we missed.
What is it?
What recurs in every single episode, R2 Shelby 2? You might not know this because, like, you just are watching casually. In every single episode, and we'll need to put this in.
Is it the snail?
Yes!
There's a hidden snail. I noticed it in one of the episodes. I'm like, what's that snail doing there? And then I just forgot about it. I didn't notice it in any other episodes. But yeah, I guess maybe there's a snail in every episode.
Yep, you see the snail hiding every episode and the picture
behind the thinking chair?
Yes, that is always something having to do with whatever the topic of discussion is.
Yeah, great.
And I think that's it.
That is the formula. Is very detailed. We've got a real good outline to go off of here. We can really just kind of plug some stuff in.
Yeah.
Because there are so many characters they could meet. You know, you've got Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper, and later seasons you've got their baby Paprika.
I think that's episode 8, actually, of season 1, I think is when I thought it was very far down, but no, I think it's episode 8 they introduce Paprika.
Really? I thought it was a little later because I was scrolling through the episodes. But there's also like Periwinkle the cat and like some
Magenta.
bird. I mean, there's Magenta, of course. Magenta has glasses now.
Baby Bear.
There's the tickety tock, the clock.
Yeah. Side table.
Oh, yeah, of course. We mentioned side table. Gotta mention side table.
A soap bar.
There is soap, the soap bar. So in preparation for this, I have come up with some potential Blue's clues we could be solving. Like, what are we trying to figure out? What is Blue thinking that we're trying to figure out? Okay.
I came to this as what is the topic overarching thing for for our episode. I got some of those.
I came more specifically, what does Blue want us to know?
Okay.
So I have a list for you. What monster is under Blue's bed?
Okay.
What did Blue dream about at nap time?
Okay, this was an episode I watched. We cannot do that one.
Okay.
I guess it could be a different dream, I guess.
How does Blue want to take the pain away?
Oh, wow. That could go into my first one was self-care. So it could go into that opposed to just how do I want to take the pain away? Okay, well, how can we make that kid friendly?
Well, okay. You've got a good point. What historical tragedy did Blue have a part in?
9/11, I guess.
Yeah, probably. Blue's favorite way to eat potatoes.
Holy Christmas, I love that one.
What's her favorite way to eat potatoes? And what is Blue's favorite breakfast food?
Okay, I think those last two overarching theme, however you say that. How to make potatoes a bunch of ways is every puzzle we find out multiple uses for either different food items or just different items. Like, oh, wow, you can do a lot with all these things. All
right, so like what would we use to eat this soup? And you would pick the spoon. Or like what would we use to eat, this
ice cream
pasta, and you'd pick a fork or whatever.
Oh, I thought it would be all spoon.
It would be a spoon. We'd pick spoon for everyone. We'd be in the kitchen and they'd show us the utensils and it'd be like, okay, which of these do we use to eat this? That's right, we use this.
And then
that could be something.
The letters from our friends could be like, hey, I'm from a
potato farm.
Yeah, show us how to do potatoes.
I'm really far away from the camera.
Hey, the boom operator doesn't want to get stuck in the mud. And we couldn't afford lav mics.
I said I could make a cobblestone potato path, but he didn't let me. He said we didn't have enough time. The AD's really on his back to get this over with and shot in time.
But it's a child saying all of this. It has to be a kid.
Of course.
You sound like an adult.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
No, that was my child voice.
Okay. And then what was the last one you said?
What is Blue's favorite breakfast food? Man, James, I I thought I was going to come in here with how does Blue take the pain away and what historical tragedy did Blue take part in? And you would have such good ideas. I mean...
Do you want me to come up with ideas? I'll come up with ideas for that.
No, dude, no.
To take the pain away.
Let's follow where it goes.
Hey, this is self-care. We're teaching children about self-care. I wish I knew about that as a child instead of just being taught, you gotta work until you succeed.
So it would be more like, well, I think there is actually an episode that's like Blue's upset and we need to figure out why. But this would be more like Blue doesn't feel well. What can we do? What does she want to do to feel better?
No, they're talking about doing a spa day. And then Blue's like, this is exactly how I want to relax today. There's nothing going on because for self-care, you don't need something to be going wrong. Like to go to therapy, if you're like, my life's okay, you can still go to therapy.
Yeah, that's true. I'm glad we're talking about it on this comedy podcast.
You told me, take the pain away. I'm not going to be like, she wants to get loaded, okay?
We're supposed to laugh at it, James.
Well,
I come here, I write these jokes ahead of time. They're supposed to be funny, and I get nothing out of you. Not a single goddamn thing.
Okay, what was the other one? What?
No,
I said
over.
9/11.
We're doing potatoes.
I said 9/11.
You did say 9/11.
Because, the extremists are looking at American culture and they see Blue's Clues and they're like, this is what's wrong with the world.
Yeah, I think the potato idea has like, or the spa day idea could work too. Uh-huh. Of like, we're going to do a spa day. What does Blue want to do most at the spa?
Mm-hmm. Or when I say spa day, it's not like you're actually having a spa, but it's like for your relaxation day, what does she want to do? And maybe she has a blanket, a bowl of popcorn, and her favorite VHS copy. And then it's like, she just wants to
dip the VHS in the popcorn and cover it with a blanket?
She wants to empty the popcorn into the blanket and then swing it at the VHS to see how many she can knock over.
Oh, no. She wants to watch a movie.
Yeah.
She wants to sit on the couch and watch a movie with some popcorn. I feel this sounds like an actual episode of Blue's Clues.
It's her favorite video. Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, that's Blue's favorite.
It's a relaxing movie.
Oh, yeah? How so?
I haven't seen it. I was scared, and I used to think it was like some edgelord movie, but then I watched a retrospective because I'm like, I'm never going to watch this. And I'm like, oh, no, they were actually trying to make a point with this. And in making that point, they were just doing the thing
that they were trying to that they were making the point against.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, oh man, these news broadcasters are just being so exploitive of violence. And then they just go and do the violence like in real life, found footage style. And it's like, oh, okay, you guys, you don't see the irony here.
All right. Sorry, I spaced out a little bit. Are we going to do potatoes or relaxation day? What do we think, James?
The potatoes, I will really, that sounds like a good idea, but trying to find the puzzles in between the three individuals we go see, that seems a little harder. But trying to figure out how other people relax, that seems a little easier.
Okay, sounds good. Let's do it. We're going to do a relaxation day for Blue.
It's how she takes the pain away.
How she takes the pain away. Thanks for indulging me, James. Thanks for indulging me.
Maybe Steve will say how he takes the pain away.
No. I don't want that. Because it's a context thing, see, James? Like, the funny part is not the sentence itself. It's bringing it up as a potential episode idea.
Then why did you get angry at me, R2?
Because that's also funny. James, play along with me. I'm doing bits here. James, we gotta be funny on this thing or no one's gonna want to listen to it.
No, the thing is we just make a really good episode and then people hire us.
James, do you really think we're gonna get hired from this podcast?
This is my plan. After we do 12 of these, we figure out what is our best one. Then I will format that as a spec script, and then we get an agent.
That's not. Wait, what are the steps between the formatting and the getting the agent? What do you think we're gonna do?
The formatting is like, we have like a spec script that it's like interior day.
Okay, and then
we ask around who has an agent.
What does that mean?
We say like, hey, Sam, you know people who are actors and writers. I guess we would need more writers.
James.
Who has?
That's not how you get hired for TV.
Yes, it is. You get an agent. You shop your specs. You shop your spec scripts around.
But there's this big chunk you're missing between having a spec script and actually getting an agent.
Yeah, we shop that around. We go to agencies and say, hey, would you like to rep us?
That's not how it works.
How does it work? I really need to know.
I mean, for TV, you gotta know people.
Okay, yeah.
Or like when you're writing scripts, you like submit them to like competitions and stuff.
All right.
You're like, fine, let's do it.
Yeah, let's start submitting.
Well, let's just keep working on this episode. We'll get to that 12 and we'll see where we are.
I know Howard Kramer.
Yeah, that's okay.
He wrote for Lopez.
I do. My sister-in-law's dad did write for TV, so I guess I do know somebody.
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm just trying to gatekeep you, James. I'm trying to take the writing jobs all for myself.
Okay, I was going to say you're gatekeeping us.
Yeah. No, because I want to keep doing this podcast, so if you get a job...
I need to make actual money, guys. So, hey, if you're listening,
wait.
5-star iTunes review.
That's the difference between you and me, James. I'm not here for money. I'm here for the love of the game.
Oh, man. I need a solid job, guys.
So we've got Steve, in the intro, he's saying, hey, everyone, have you seen my puppy Blue? And then he opens the door and he'll say something like, oh, hello. I'm so happy you're here.
It's you.
It's you. Blue and I were just getting ready to have a relaxation day.
Oh, you want to know what? I love when formats slightly change, and this is the best way to just, change it up a little, make it nighttime.
So they're going to have a relaxing evening?
Yeah, like, hey, we're setting...
Okay, we had a busy day and we just finished cleaning the whole house. Now we're going to settle in for a relaxing evening.
And Blue just ate a big old bowl of potatoes. I can't remember how it was prepared.
and Blue's like, burp, burp.
Which means?
I don't know.
She should like, burp, burp. Like she's mashing, and then the kids say, mashed.
Why are they solving a puzzle already, James? It's too early.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to wrap it in.
You're trying to end the episode already. We just started.
Well, he asks, there usually is something that they're like doing real quick, and then she's like, oh, if we're bringing this any further, we got to play Blue's Clues. Right,
because he's like, well, let's see, we put away... So he's like, and now we're all ready for our relaxing day, or relaxing evening. Mm-hmm. And Blue's like, burp, 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 and shaking her head. And Steve's like, well, we put away all of our stuff. We cleaned up everything and we have free time. And Blue's like, burp, burp. And Steve's like, what is it, Blue? And then she jumps and puts her paw print on the screen.
Can he say, and we're just going to wind down for the night? Staring at this wall over here.
Right. Yeah, that's perfect. So he'll be like, and we're just going to stare at this wall as for a nice, relaxing evening. And that's when Blue is like, burp, burp.
He asks his friends, does that sound fun to you? And they go, no. And he says, what about you, Blue? Burp, burp. Well, what do you want to do? And then slap it down.
And then we get the Blue's Clues. James. Good thing your head's on straight, because we're getting through it.
I did suggest that he rust and pars and stares at a wall. I don't know how straight this is on.
Yeah, it's perfect. So, Steve, of course, says, oh, we could play Blue's Clues to figure it out. I love Blue's Clues. Will you help us?
Yeah.
You will? And then he says, we are going to play Blue's Clues. We are going to play Blue's Clues. We are going to play Blue's Clues. Wait, is that, yeah, but.
Oh, wait, yeah, he
does the whole song of we found the first paw print on the park clue, whatever. Wait, no, that's after we grab the notebook, right?
Yeah, that's when he gets the notebook.
So he says, you know what we'll need? Our handy dandy. And the kids say notebook. And he goes over to side table.
Well, first he says, oh, how are we going to get this paw print off?
Right.
And maybe, how would a paw print relax?
Well, I was thinking, they're like makeup wipes. That's like a relaxing self-care thing. Or like nail polish remover. Maybe you're doing your nails. A massage. So maybe he massages it away.
Oh, yes, massage. I was going to say it steams it away, but I like massaging it away.
Steam is good too. Yeah, let's do it. So he gets his little fingers right up on there and goes, dee, 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 dee.
And it goes,
and massages it away. Yeah, and the paw print just melts away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, the paw print does not speak. We cannot be like, well, who's going to play the paw print?
No,
I made a noise for the paw print. That's why I was like, no, it does not make a noise.
I got it. Future Shelby, when you're writing this down, do not cast the paw print.
Don't.
Okay, so now we go over to side table, and side table is like, hey, Steve. So side table will be doing something relaxing. Maybe listening to some... Wait, what does a side table do to... maybe side table will have its lights dimmed.
Ooh.
And...
There's a radio on top.
And there's a radio playing relaxing music or something.
AM, just adult contemporary. I think that's the
Blue
thing from
singing too.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
So there's some nice little Animal Crossing music playing, and the light on side table is dimmed, and Steve is like, hey, side table, are you relaxing for the evening? And side table is like, hi, Steve. Yeah, I turned down my light and I put on some nice music.
I turned down my light and turned up some tunes.
There we go. And see, I'm so relaxed. And then its drawer opens when it says how relaxed it is. And he grabs the notebook.
Or maybe on the exhale, I'm so relaxed. That's when it opens up.
That's what I said.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was, I'm relaxed, then it opens.
No. It's like, I'm so relaxed. And so we pull out the notebook. It's the handy dandy notebook. And now he's talking to us. He's showing us the notebook.
And we, how do we play this? We find our first...
clue!
And then we put it down in our...
notebook.
Because it's who's clues, Blue.
Clues.
What I have never noticed this until rewatching it now. Blue
sings along.
Yeah, backup barking to all of the songs, and it's so adorable. Blue is just on the levels of Hello Kitty cuteness.
Absolutely.
Even
Blue
more.
is adorable.
Yeah.
When I was watching this, I was like, should I get a Blue's Clues tattoo?
You should.
That's how much I was enjoying this show. So, where are we? So then when Blues sing it, they sing the song of playing Blue's Clues. And then Blue runs off one side of the screen.
Yeah.
And Steve is like, did you see which way Blue went? And we go, that way. And then he goes off that way. So
which way?
Yes. Great question. So for self-care, I'm thinking we could go into the kitchen, talk to Mr. Salt, Mrs. Pepper, and they could be talking about nourishing, comforting food. Mm-hmm.
I would also like and these cucumbers you can cut up and put on your eyes.
True. Yeah, that's good. And then there's also the bar of soap that could have to do with the self-care thing. Like sometimes being fresh and clean makes you feel so much better.
All right, so then for the audience, we'll be taking a left.
Yes, we're going to go left into the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So we follow Blue and Steve. We follow Steve and Blue into the kitchen where, wait.
There should be on his way.
We have to pass a clue first. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe.
Do we want her doing the popcorn such?
Yeah, I think that'll work because we could easily throw a blanket over like, a chair or whatever. Mm-hmm. We could, so when.
A bird cage.
In the kitchen, there could be, when we're talking to Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper, we could see a paw print on a bag of popcorn. Mm-hmm. And when we blue skidoo, we could see a video or something.
Oh, maybe they're going into your Pups video store.
Ooh. I can't believe you remember that my pop-up had a video store.
It's because I'm like, does he still have, are those videos still out there? Are they in storage?
He died, so who knows?
Someone could have that storage, dude.
I don't know. I haven't spoken to his wife, his widow in a while. Maybe I'll give her a call. What's up, Grandma Anita? How you doing?
My friend is wondering, do you still got VHSs?
My friend's wondering, do you still have all those VHSs?
And is there any Yogi Bear in there?
Oh my God. I don't remember if he had any Yogi Bear. Probably not, because I didn't really watch it. So anyway, so first thing, if we're going left, are we going to hit the kitchen right away?
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't want to go left then, right? Because he needs to find a clue before we do a puzzle.
Yeah, so I was thinking if we're looking for a blanket, he would take a right, and that's where the bed is.
Okay, so we go into the bed.
And it's just there. He's like...
It's just there. Okay, so he walks into the room. Is the bathroom that way too? Like, where's the...
I think the bathroom is, but I don't... Do they have... They have to have a bathroom.
I mean, where do we usually hang out with the bar of soap?
The bar of soap is in the kitchen, at least last time I saw him.
Okay, so we can't... we have two things in the kitchen? I don't know.
Okay, well, the blanket would be in the kitchen, then the popcorn is in the kitchen, or the blanket is in the bedroom, the popcorn is in the kitchen, and then when we skidoo, that'll be in your Pups video store.
Okay, great.
I think I think it loops. Like somehow it's a circular house.
Right. Okay. So we're going to go to the right. We're going to see the room, and there will just be a blanket on the bed with a paw print on it. Mm-hmm. So Steve will just be walking past it. We are looking for Blue's Clues. And then we'll be like, the kids will be like, a clue. And he'll be like, Blue? Yeah, I'm looking for Blue. And we're like, no, a clue.
And he says, a Scoob? No, not that kind of dog. You know, Blue, your friend. It's a tinier dog, not a Great Dane.
Oh, Blue. Yeah, I'm looking for Blue.
It just loops around again.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean a clue.
Wow. Okay, this blanket is our first clue. We should put it in our handy dandy notebook. We put it in the notebook. Then usually we run into some kind of puzzle. So.
Oh, shoot.
What would the puzzle in the bedroom be?
Real quick, side table, because they're a side table, should have been like reading a book to relax as well. And that book is the only book, the holy book.
James, you're trying to get it in early this time. I see you. I see what you're doing.
All right, so in ways to relax in your bed, and who are we meeting here?
Well,
it could just be, well, no, we need a person to like hang out with.
Well, so there was an episode when they were in the room, there were different like articles of clothing hanging in the closet, and you were supposed to tell like which one was missing. It was like a pattern completion thing, and it was just Steve and Blue.
Okay.
So, and then there was also like a puzzle there's a tickety-tock, the clock.
Oh, the Chinese chicken.
No, not chickadee China.
Yeah.
The Chinese chicken, or tickety-tock, the clock.
Then, yeah, let's have her, and maybe how she relaxes should be like, hey, batteries are out. I'm unwound.
I'm unwound. Or maybe it's a wind-up clock. So just like twist it the other way.
And she has
unwind
cotton balls where the mallets are.
Well, maybe, okay, so here it is like we see the clue and then maybe tickety-tock starts ringing.
Oh, that's good.
The alarm goes off and Steve is like, oh, tickety-tock. And tickety-tock is like, can you help me unwind? Mm-hmm. And they're like, sure, tickety-tock. What do you need? And so tickety-tock turns around and we see the little wind-up gear on her back. And she says, like, I'm wound so tight this way, I need to unwind the opposite direction. And so it shows which way she's wound. And Steve's like, okay, which one's the right direction? And then like Blue can jump from like the clockwise or the counterclockwise direction to be like, it's this one or it's this one. And then you do that like 3 times.
Well, so you do that and then we can say, she's like, oh, but when I walk, my mallet still clings my bell. How could we, what could we use to dampen that? And then you see on this side table that is not sentient, there's a cotton swab, what's something that is like a firecracker.
A rock.
And a rock. There we go. Yeah. So then pick it's the cotton ball. Oh, yeah, that will dampen it. But then what is one other thing that a clock would use to unwind?
Maybe it's like its hands are too tight. It needs to loosen them up. So it's like, what would you use to loosen the hands?
A screwdriver.
Yeah. Or like grease or something.
Not to loosen them up. It's not wound too tight. Tickety-tock is like, this is my night of relaxation. I don't want to know what time it is. I don't want to look at the clock. However, I am a clock.
Right. Man, have you ever wondered what the world would be like without a sense of time? I'm a clock. It's all I can be. But what if I didn't know what time it is? So maybe we need to put like a blindfold on her.
Okay.
Or take off her numbers or you just mean we need to let her arms relax.
Yeah, either that, like
she's done with work for the day.
We can unscrew the arms or maybe, there's a bunch, it could also be shapes. So there could be kind of like a camera lens, like a pocket watch.
Yeah.
So she's looking for something to cover those up. And then we look and there's a bunch of different like metal facings that can be plugged in. One's a square, one's a triangle, one's a circle. And we say, the circle.
Okay, that works. But I think her eyes are on the clock face.
Oh.
So maybe it would have a mat. It would have like holes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I like that. Or their sunglasses.
That's a great idea. We'll just put sunglasses.
Yeah, now she's like cool and shit.
So that's the first little puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe I saw this in an episode, the phone rang. And that's when they had to go, the phone rang for Steve, and it was Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper from the kitchen. And they're like, Blue made a mess. You got to get in here. But we could do, Blue obviously will run out. So we'll like walk through the other room and go across to the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're in the kitchen looking for Blue, and maybe Blue is like hiding under a table. I'm trying to think of
how we could set up Mr. Salt, Mrs. Pepper.
Yeah, maybe they...
I mean, it's nighttime. They could be preparing either a midnight snack or just dinner in general.
Okay. Yeah, maybe they're making dinner, or they're getting breakfast ready for tomorrow or something. Maybe they're making dinner.
So as a very neurotic person and someone who likes to stick to a schedule, I don't like eating past a specific time, which is generally 6. If I'm making dinner at 6, I'm like, I need to eat this before 6:30. And it needs to be an, in quotes, light meal. I can't have something heavy like pastas. out of here. I had pierogies for lunch and I'm like, oh, I can't eat anything else today because I'm so full off from these few pierogies. So I think they could be like, oh, we need to find a light meal to eat for dinner time so you're not groggy and tossing and turning at night. So you can really relax, but we need it to be something good for you.
Okay. So they're making like a light evening snack.
Yeah. A relaxing dinner.
So we'll walk into the kitchen. Steve will be like, oh, hey, Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper. What are you two up to? And have you seen my puppy Blue? And they're like, no.
No.
No. But we are preparing a snack a healthy snack for the evening.
Yeah.
That will keep us energized but relaxed. So maybe like a tea or something. They could be like, oh, maybe they're like, but we are having trouble deciding what to eat.
Yeah.
And then it'll help us like, do we want to have coffee or tea? So they'll be like, Steve, will you help us decide? And Steve will be like, yeah, sure. Will you help me help Mr. Saul and Mrs. Pepper? You will?
And paprika.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch any episodes with Paprika, but yeah.
So that
If
way,
she's there.
We can get a snack for each three of them of like, well, this is something these are the things I like to eat. Which one is the healthy, light option?
Or which one is the most relaxing option?
Yeah, and it's all the kind, bud.
So first we'll go with like, we'll see Mrs. Pepper or Mr. Salt, one of them. What do you think? It'll be one of them and they'll be like, I want something to drink, but I don't know what. Can you help me decide? And it'll be like a soda,
orange juice.
Coffee.
Oh, okay.
Or like relaxing sleepy time tea or something, you know?
Warm milk,
like all good salt drinks at night.
Yeah. Warm milk.
Okay.
You choose the warm
I'm not
milk.
disagreeing with you.
I've never in my life ever consumed warmed milk.
You haven't?
I guess in my mother's bosom when I was a child.
You never made yourself some like hot chocolate with like milk and cocoa powder and sugar?
Oh, I guess like that, but I've never just had warm milk.
Plain warm milk. Yeah, it's weird.
It's gross.
Do we want to go warm milk or tea?
I say warm milk because it's more Christianly.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, and then we'll move on to like, Mrs. Pepper. She's like, I would like a snack, but I do not know which vegetable to eat or whatever. Or what should she be? What of the things can we pick for her? Also, here's the other thing is we've done 2 activities that are like just pick the right thing. Mm-hmm. So maybe it could be that they're making a plate, like a single plate, and it's like, what do we put on this plate? So we put I know what it could be. Is there 2 plates that are ready? There are 2 cups that are ready, and then we have to pick the one that matches.
Okay.
So it's like Mr. Salt and Paprika have their cups of warm milk, and then we're like, oh, which drink do we need? Mrs. Pepper still needs her drink. What drink do we need? And we pick the one that matches the warm milk.
Okay.
And then maybe it's like a sandwich. I'm trying to think of foods that wouldn't be relaxing. Maybe they each have like a little sandwich, like a little peanut butter and jelly or like toast with sugar on it.
Okay, well, no, we can't do that. It would just be like buttered toast.
Okay, maybe it's celery with peanut butter on it.
Okay, I like that.
And the 2 of the plates already have celery with peanut butter on it, and we have to decide what to put on the 3rd plate. And there's like celery with peanut butter. There's a carrot with ketchup.
Oh, I like that. I wouldn't mind eating
And there's a whole fish.
Oh, hell yeah. And it's flopping still.
It's still flopping. It's alive.
Yeah.
And we picked to put that on the plate to match the other ones. And the last thing, so we've got a drink, we've got the celery. So what would be on the side of that? Maybe like a piece of fruit or...
chopped up apples. That's what I eat for dessert.
And chopped up apples. Okay, so then it's like, and then we're picking, there's like apples, there's strawberries, and there's Just Chiquita Banana doing a little dance.
Well, I think it should be, when you have an apple cutter.
Core?
Yeah. And it makes it perfectly in pieces. We have that for the apple. We have that for a tomato. And it's just like all fucked up. And then a dancing banana.
Okay, sounds good. And then it's like the tomato is just real sloppy, just real gloopy up in there, just gooped everywhere. Tomato leaking all over the place.
And Steve is like, when he sees all of this, Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper are like, which one should we choose? And then it looks at Steve and he's just like dancing with the banana.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, what do you think, friends? And then they say, the apples. And he says, yeah. The tomatoes, those are all mushy. And the banana is sentient.
You can't eat that. Yeah. So then they have their nice, light snack because they are like James and they need a light dinner.
Yeah. Or they say, Steve says, and we can't eat the banana. He's my dance partner.
That's good. And the banana will show up at the end, too, when we do the relaxing thing. Oh, my gosh. And it'll be so cute because everyone will be tucked under blankets and snuggled up to watch Cannibal Holocaust.
It might be actually scary because maybe like Blue or Steve will be like, oh, what's that under my blanket? And then he pulls it open and it's just the dancing banana.
That sounds good. So then once they leave, maybe Steve's like, oh, we'll put the tomato back in the fridge or whatever. And then when they open the fridge, and then close it, there's like a bag of popcorn on the counter.
Yeah.
With a paw print on it.
Yeah, a fridge was already open. It should not have been. But then when they meaning it was just open this entire time, close it, revealing to us this bag of popped corn.
So he's like, we have to tell him there's a clue, of course.
Clue!
A clue!
It's a clue!
And then he draws it in the notebook.
Well, how does he respond? He says, fondue? Oh, that's not light at all. That'll keep you up.
No, a clue.
Oh, a clue, you say? Where?
Right behind you, you dumbass. Yeah, no, and then, we say like, the counter.
Oh, it's right here on this bag of popcorn. How do I draw a bag of popcorn? All right, let's see. 2
curved lines and a straight line here. And then some stripes.
A squiggly lines on both ends. Popcorn written on it. And there we have popcorn. All right. What was our first clue? Oh, yeah, a blanket. And the next one is popcorn. What could Blue want to do to relax with a blanket and a bag of popcorn unpopped? I don't know. We're going to have to find our third clue.
I thought it was a popped bag. I was picturing a popped bag of popcorn.
Oh, no, it's unpopped. I think it's funny that he's like,
unpopped.
She's like, he thinks like, well, what could she want with an unpopped bag? Usually she eats popped popcorn.
And he's like, I think we need the third clue.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's when it's mail time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mail time.
I have realized maybe it's around Christmas. Something's going on to the point where we need a reason why he is delivering mail at night.
He had a long day and he's ready to go relax.
And his favorite way to relax is delivering mail to his best friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he saved it. So yeah, mailbox comes in like, hey, I'm Mailbox.
Mailbox here.
Mailbox here. I got some mail for you.
I sound like a marionette with a Tommy gun.
He really does. And then Steve is like, oh, look, it's a letter from our friends. And what will the friends be doing to relax? What is something funny for kids to do to relax?
I guess like...
It doesn't have to be funny. What's something normal for kids to do to relax?
I was going to say scream themselves tired.
That's what kids always do. Kids are never trying to relax, dude.
I would love to see like a bunch of children getting mani-pedis from other children.
That's perfect. We're having a manicure party.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do my friend's nails because it helps me relax, and then she's relaxed too, and we don't yell at each other.
What are those? It's for your nails, and it has a bunch of flat sides on it.
Yeah, the like buffer thing.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna use this buffer. We go from the 5 down to the 1, and then it's
they have
all
like
shiny.
really technical know-how about doing each other's nails. And then so like we're starting. It's just kids. They're kind of making a little bit of a mess, but then you go to the next kid, and she's like putting on a full acrylic set.
Yeah,
and like using the Dremel tool and everything,
pushing cuticles back.
Yeah. And then they're like, "Bye, Steve and Blue," or whatever. And then he's like, "Wow, what a great letter from our friends."
Wow. Maybe I should get my nails done, and it's a zoom up and they're just like caked in dirt.
You zoom in and caked in dirt, and also like mold somehow is growing on his fingers.
I was going to say, but we need to go to the video store. Oh, so he's like, oh, actually, I should just wash these. I should have after handling that food. And then on his way to wash his hands, he sees Blue jump into an advertisement for the video store.
It's like lying on a magazine lying on the table or something.
Mm-hmm. It says, "Come on down to Schwitterman's Videos."
Was not my Pop-Pop's name.
Okay, this was maternal?
Yeah.
All right, then it was Big Rick's Video Shop.
Well, his name he went by Gus, so we could call him Big Gus's Video Shop.
All right.
Oh, this is sweet. Let's put my Pop-Pop in the episode.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
He will need to be like a small old man made of felt.
Yeah. I mean, he was.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to go to Gus's video store. Blue Skidoo, we can too.
A blue skidoo, we can poo.
So it's just a normal little store. It's got the, stands of videos, like the little aisles, and Gus is at the back, and he says, "Hi, I'm Gus. This is my video store. Can you help me put the videos back where they go or something? What can we do that has to do with self-care, but is in a video store?"
I love organizing that's a relaxing thing.
Okay, yeah.
So Big Gus.
So maybe we're putting them in alphabetical order.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
So it's like we've got that whole alphabet. We're like, we've got videos, but it looks like some of them are missing. It'll be like A, B, C, and then D is missing. It's down on the floor. So we'll be like, which one goes here? And then we'll be like, D. And Blue goes and puts it up there.
And of course, everyone's favorite D movie. What's a movie that starts with D?
I was thinking it would just have a big D on it.
Oh, okay. Let's call it Dogs 3.
It's Dogs 3. The video game?
Oh, yeah. With a Z.
We were going to play that on stream together, weren't we? We should do that.
We need to.
That would be hilarious. We're going to make those dogs have babies.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so we put them all in order. And Gus is like, "Thank you for helping me organize my shelf. That was so relaxing. I'm ready for a nap." And then he goes to sleep. The eternal slumber of the dead because he died.
Oh, we need 2 other organizings.
Well, no, it would just be missing. It's got 3 rows of the letters of the alphabet.
Oh, okay.
So like A through whatever, and then, another row of however many letters and another row of however many letters, and there's one missing in each row.
Okay, well then D is thrown out. That's number 4. We need an A, B, and C. Unless we're starting at D.
James, okay. Let me see if I can get this across to you.
Yeah, what's up?
We've got a shelf.
Okay.
We're looking at a shelf.
Uh-huh.
You have videos on them that just have a single letter on their spines. So they're really big. And he says, "Oh, my organizing shelf. Some of these are not on the wall." Or we could say they're in the wrong place. Some of them are mixed around.
Okay.
Can you help me fix them? Of course. So then we've got this top line. It says A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But instead it says A, B, D, C, EFG. And that's the top row. And and we're like, can you find the problem in the top row? And we switch them around.
Okay.
The next row says HIJKLMNOP.
Okay.
Or whatever. I mean, they'll be longer than that. And something is switched around there too. And then the last row has the rest of the alphabet. Something is also switched around there, and we correct it.
All right, okay. Because at first I thought we were just like focusing on. I thought you were like the first row was just all A movies, and we have a collection of 3 movies. What out of these 3 would go on the first shelf? Oh, it's Animorphs, The Last Battle.
That's cute too. If we did A, B, C like that and just had A movies.
Yeah.
And then we'd actually get to, name movies.
And you could do that.
Because then for C, we could have Cannibal Holocaust on there.
Ooh, yes. And for B, Balto's Run.
And then, so we'll put all the videos on there. We'll finish the puzzle. And then maybe Cannibal Holocaust will like fall over and there's a paw print on the back.
The B one should be Blue's Clues, and for a B, Steve has in what's the word?
Out of body experience,
existential crisis. He's just like, huh? What?
And then someone from off screen is like, Steve, come back. Steve, come back to us. You will return to your proper mindset in 3, 2, 1. And then Steve, like, the hypnosis kicks back in and he's good. He's still in Blue's Clues.
Or someone's like, oh no, Steve's mind has skidooed.
So Steve is like, that's our third clue. A VHS tape of Cannibal Holocaust.
It doesn't need to be Cannibal Holocaust, guys.
Okay, so it could be any video.
But now it has to start with a C.
Well, I was thinking it would just be like a generic VHS. I wasn't in the actual show, obviously, they wouldn't have any real titles of anything in it. So that's why I think it's funny if we do put titles in it and one of them is Cannibal Holocaust. We started it, we might as well,
I'm sorry, guys. We understand, but this is still a comedy podcast. It's Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah. I mean, clearly, dude, we made fucking Scooby-Doo chuck a bunch of hot dog water.
I mean, he does that. He does that type of shit. Also, the A movie was August Underground and the B movie was, no, or should it have been a Serbian film? The A movie is a Serbian film and B is The Bionic Woman.
Okay. I love that thing that's not a movie. It's a TV show.
Hey, it was probably started as a backdoor pilot, whereas the first episode was a goddamn TV movie, and they're like, this succeeded.
Yeah. I mean, I watched the first episode of Baywatch, and it was literally a movie.
Yeah.
It's like 2 hours long. So yeah, we get Cannibal Holocaust. He's like, we gotta put this in the handy dandy notebook. And how do we draw Cannibal Holocaust? So we draw a rectangle with another rectangle here and the title of the movie.
And here is a woman with a steak coming out of her mouth.
And he draws that all in the notebook.
Somehow.
And he's like, everybody, we've got 3 clues. You know what that means. It's time to think. And then we have to skidoo out of the video store.
Actually, usually, or no, he does sometimes find things within the skidoo. I was like, no, that's a huge water bottle. Don't just bring that into screen and be like, this is a normal thing to do. That's gigantic. That's bigger than your head.
It's like a gallon or whatever.
Wowzers. My friend MC Deep used to he's like, yo, this is Deep Swish official water. And he would to go on stage when we would perform, instead of just having multiple water bottles, he would go get a gallon jug of water and just chug that on stage.
Yeah. I mean, it works.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. And I enjoy filling it up once and not having to like refill it.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, I still don't drink it all. Like, it has time markers on it for when I'm supposed to drink it, but I do not drink all of it.
Is that how you're supposed to drink that in one day?
Yep.
No. Anyone telling you to do that is false. Drink water when your body tells you to drink water.
I am thirsty. I don't drink enough water.
Okay.
Like, I'm literally thirsty. I need to make myself drink water.
I meant to say, I talked about it on another podcast, but before our last table read, I was going to give you an update on my dietary thing, which was, hey, today I ate 2 bags of fried rice.
Where are you getting bags of fried rice?
From the frozen section at Mariano's.
You ate 2 of them.
Yeah, because at lunch I was like, holy Christmas, this worked so well. I just put the bag in the microwave, cut it where it told me to, and then it was perfect. And then at night I was like, oh, we have this record later. I need something, in quotes, light. It's not super filling. Oh, I'll just have another bag of fried rice. And then because I was technically dehydrated at nighttime, oh, baby, my cum gutters were on point. So, guys, maybe Blue has cum gutters, okay?
We don't see that part of Blue's body.
Yes, we do.
She's
on
a
her
child.
birthday. On her birthday, you saw it. She was sitting down like with a little pot belly. It was so cute.
She was very cute. Okay, so we got to go back to the thinking chair.
Mm-hmm. And think.
Sit down and think. And we say, okay, the first clue was a blanket. The second clue was a bag of popcorn. The third clue was a VHS of Cannibal Holocaust. So what does Blue want to do with her relaxing evening? And we already went through the permutations of she wants to fill the blanket with popcorn and hit the VHS tape with it. And we're like, no.
Well, what else could you do with a blanket, popcorn, and a VHS copy of Cannibal Holocaust?
And he has to think really hard about it. Like, he's like trying to think.
He's like, I could use a blanket full of corn to hit myself with right now.
And then finally, he's like, but if Blue gets under the blanket and eats the popcorn, Blue wants to eat popcorn and watch a movie to relax. Yay!
Woo!
We figured it out. We figured out Blue's Clues.
Yeah, and then Blue comes.
Right. We just figured out Blue's Clues. We just figured out Blue's Clues. We just figured out Blue's Clues. Because we're really smart. Yes, so cute. And then next scene, we're all sitting together, watching the TV. Mr. Salt and Mrs. Pepper and Paprika are there with their little snacks. Blue's got her popcorn. Steve comes in with a bowl of popcorn and comes and sits down and like snuggles up, and he has his own blanket, and he has put in the VHS. My Pop-Pop's there. He puts in the VHS, and they all sit down and watch Cannibal Holocaust to relax.
You see all of their faces just go, as in the background just screams are happening.
Perfect. Then they say bye.
Yeah, Steve has to say, oh, wait, it's probably getting close to your guys' bedtimes. And, then we hear a honk, honk. That must be your parents out front. All right, I'll walk you guys out. We got to be real quiet. Everyone's trying to relax while watching Cannibal Holocaust.
And then he whisper sings, now it's time for so long.
Ooh, yeah.
And they're screaming in the background.
He says, see you guys later. See ya. Bye. I got to get back to Cannibal Holocaust. There's boobies in this.
We did it. The end.
There
we wrote
you
an
go.
episode of Blue's Clues.
And now it's time for so long. But we'll do just a bunch of plugs.
A bunch of plugs. Starting with me, I'm Shelby.
Well, wait.
Listen to me here. Wait.
Real
what?
quick, good episode? Do we need to do any punch up?
I don't know, dude. It's time for me to relax for the day. I need to
All
unwind my clock back.
I think the table read of this is going to be fantastic.
I hope so.
And just so everyone knows, like, it's 10 p.m. for me. That's why it wasn't like all this needs to.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's 8 p.m. for me, which is when my brain stops working.
And this show's just a relaxing show. Sorry we didn't have Blue chugging hot dog water.
Well, I wanted Blue doing drugs, but, it's better this way.
One quick thing. When he says, and there's boobies in this, I hope my pajamas hold sweat well.
Okay. I will add that in, even though we didn't have anything about holding sweat well in the step-by-step episode or about Christianity.
Have.
It was an outlier.
Well, I had it in the script and then you omitted it.
Well, it was too lengthy an addition.
Okay, it was a quick is that an angel? No, that's a bird. Oh, you're pecking me. It wasn't that big. It was just a quick
You're right.
Angel.
I could have added in one line. It would have been fine. But it turned out great the way it was. Now what? Now plugs?
Yeah.
Now
it's time for so long.
Me, Shelby, I'm here. This is a podcast I'm on. Another podcast I'm on is one called The Rom Complex. Check it out where you listen to podcasts. It's about rom-coms and the ways they've messed us up for relationships, though I have been healing myself and my relationships, and I hope that comes through on the show. Also, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/theromcomplex. There is bonus content on there. You can also see me stream video games at twitch.tv/R2Shelby2 and follow me on Twitter and Instagram at R2Shelby2.
Hey guys, head over to MLMpod.com for information about my other podcasts. Give us a 5-star iTunes or Spotify review, please. That helps out immensely. Yay. And do it to all the shows that I have over on MLMpod.com, which you can find wherever you're listening to this. You can find those. Listen to my music wherever music is found under Marshland Monster. New album coming out February 10th. I think this comes out before that. So check that out. It's going to be a good time. Listen to it. Have fun. Then go listen to all my other stuff. But the best way to support this ding-dang network, as well as getting bonus content exclusive, I should say, is by heading over to patreon.com/MLMpod. After you headed over to patreon.com/theromcomplex. For $5 a month over on patreon.com/MLMpod, you get exclusive content every single Friday from Nicole, myself, and our friend Lil Corey, and we have guests along the way. It's fun times. But if you want to be super generous, at the $10 mark, you get all of the $5 stuff, as well as exclusive monthly content and shout-outs on every single free feed podcast. So let's begin with those, starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z, The Waz, Orion, he's a rapper, Defo, D-F-O, Kayla, aka 2 Grapes, Jordan B, the Chaos Witch, my Bickle, brother in common law, Joshua, Jakis, Steve Barnes of Sweet Child of Time. We're back, baby. We're doing a retrospective rewatch of the first season of Wheel of Time, waiting for the second one to come out. Who knows when that'll happen. The womb in which I emerged, and then said, hey, let's watch Blue's Clues, and all those books that you see in the intro that are real books. I'm gonna find as many of them as possible and buy them for you, because this is our thing, sitting down and watching Blue's Clues. That's my mom. I don't know if I said that. It's the womb in which I emerged. Of course it is. Lil Corey's BFF and roommate Shane. Here's my good friend that fed, and beep, Justin, brand new $10 patron. Twitch.tv/core winning. It's Corwin from our Step by Step.
We got Corwin.
That's it. I've been James.
That's it. We did it. We did another episode down the drain. James, I'm sorry I was hard on you during this episode. You handled it like a champ.
Oh, it was funny.
Okay, good. I love doing this show with you. We make a good team.
Uh-huh. Oh, man, and when the agents start coming knocking.
They don't come to us.
Yes, they do. They say, hey, you
no.
I guess they say, here's a location and we'll meet there, like a coffee bean and tea leaf, okay?
We'll meet at a Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf in like Denver, somewhere between the two of us.
Well, no, I mean, like, I would go there. Oh, no, you get a 4-way headphone jack. You prop up an iPad, and then I'm on the screen so I can talk to, why am I assuming there's 2 agents?
One for each of us.
Oh, no, they're a team of agents.
If we're a writing team, they have to be an agent team.
Yes, there we go. That's a script we need to write.
Yes, absolutely. What is the premise?
Agent team, like it's a team of agents that
it writes itself, yeah.
They only represent teams.
Yeah, that's fantastic. The team agent team.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. And that's going to be our next episode.
Yeah, I don't know probably a Yogi Bear.
Yeah, we could do Yogi Bear. We also threw around an idea of a reality or documentary show like I Shouldn't Be Alive.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you guys will find out when we do.
Or let us know.
Let us know what we're doing next.
Yeah, there's our Twitter shit's in the description.
Yeah. We already said all that stuff. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in 2 weeks with the table read. Oh, bye.
Bye. This has been a Marshland Media
and OK Owl production.
Produced by me, James McCollum.
And me, Shelby Sweeterman.
For more content, please visit mlmpod.com
or okowl.com.
And for the best way to support this podcast, please visit patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single week. Thank you very much for listening. Oh, yeah.